been a great summer having our 6 interns here. And I want to thank Marge and all of you mods and all the camera drivers and everyone involved with our chatters that have given them a big plus and applause that they have done an excellent job on not only the broadcast but taking care of your bears. So I'm just waiting for Kaylee to get down there, and she's going to give you. They're going to give you a nice wave and to say goodbye. I know we're missing Derek and Rebecca, but they'll be here tomorrow, or excuse me, they'll be back on Tuesday, and each of them have a couple days left. So we're saying goodbye to our interns this week, and I want to personally, for JP and myself, say thank you for all of the education you've not only learned but shared, and especially for taking such good care of Ted, Lucky, Holly, and Tasha. They all love you too. So there you go. Hopefully Marge has switched the camera over and everybody gets a good look at our interns. So thank you. Okay, you guys can do what you're going to do, and I'm going to start the questions here. So the questions this week, we have 5 or 6 of them. I know there were more, but some of our duplicates. Okay, which of the NABC bears demonstrates the most wild behaviors? That would be Holly and Tasha. Examples of this are building their own dens, rejecting the straw, and supplying themselves with their own type of bedding for their dens, foraging for berries, catkins, dandelion greens. All of the bears forage except for Ted, although I have caught him picking some rose hips. But that's just Ted. The raspberries are growing right next to where he lays, and he doesn't mess with them. Holly and Tasha, on the other hand, would love to get inside that den and eat them. Next question, will you be planting the seed in wildflower mixes soon? Yes, we've discussed the planting with our professional gardeners, and they have recommended planting in the fall, so we're going to wait about another month and a half before we start anything. How is Ted's garden growing? Well, Ted has nodding trillium that are in bloom, and the dogwood is just ripening, and the raspberries are ripe. Does Tasha still get oranges? Yes, she likes them peeled and seedless when we get them for her. And usually she has them about once a month. She's the only bear that eats oranges here. Does Ted take fish oil caps? Because you did see those caps in his food. Yes, he gets 8,000 milligrams a day per his doctor. And Ted, Tasha, Lucky, Tasha, and Holly all get 2,000 milligrams. Ted, I would assume, gets the most because he is the largest bear, and that is what his doctor prescribed for him. Ted also takes his normal meds for pain and arthritis and glycosamine. What is the ratio of bear years to humans? Is it like dog years? No. Ted would be 154 years old if that were true. Dr. Rogers has said that in the past, when we have talked about this, that bear years are bear years, and there's no comparison to the human age or the dog age. Ted is 22, so if you were to compare that, I would suppose he would be in his 60s. And Shadow is our clan bear, the matriarch of the whole clan of the wild bears, is 32, so she might be in her 70s. So she's a beautiful example of a wild bear that has managed to make it all these years on her own. Ted has been laying on his back in the back of the enclosure. Is he reaping what he sowed? Not really. He doesn't really eat anything, but he does like to lay back there because he can see the door to the back of the building here. He can also see the mound if the other bears are on it. And sometimes I think he eats the rose hips that are back there. There's grass growing there. So he can lay back there, and it's very, very cool back there because it's the darker green grass with the dirt. So it probably feels good on his tummy. So that's it for questions for this week. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And as we say goodbye to Kaylee, she is headed down to Turpentine Creek, which is a sanctuary for large cats and bears. And I wish her the best of luck there. And somebody's pointing over here. Is that our Holly girl coming? Yep, Holly is coming, late for dinner as usual. So, interns, Holly is ready for dinner. So she is usually on her own time frame and usually eats by herself sometimes, but she does eat with Lucky. And she is coming in for everyone towards the Pat Tree. If you'd like to focus on her, and I hear some talk going on, so I'm not sure what's going on down there, but Holly will get her dinner real quick here. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and have a great afternoon. It's a beautiful day, nice hot day here in Ely, but with lots of wind. So everyone have a good night, and thank you. We'll be back with you tomorrow at 12:30.